there guys, welcome back to another video. Now since the last one, I have continued to clean things still within the engine I just bought. If you're new to the channel, I am currently iron block swapping my E46 using an M52B28 iron block. I bought the engine and it had some sludge buildup and everything. It's been sitting for a while, so it's corroded and it would not, so I have to do lots of cleaning to everything. Currently, my distance to travel is limited because I'm on a charger. My phone's almost dead. So instead of waiting for it to charge, I just wanted to start recording. So we now have a parts list made up for what this engine is going to be built with. Starting with the block, I will be running, I should say bottom end. Starting with the bottom end, we'll be using the stock 2.8 crankshaft. We'll be using Eagle brand connecting rods, and we'll be using Wiseco forged pistons. Now, I was going to purchase Wiseco pistons designed for the B28. They are meant for turbo applications, so they were listed under turbo B28. But Wiseco's compression ratios are wrong. The listed compression ratio of the B28 turbo pistons for this engine was listed at 8.8 to 1. Now, after calculating the ratio, the compression is really only 7 to 1, something like that. Very low, too low. So instead, I'll be purchasing Wiseco pistons designed for an M50B28. They are direct bolt-in, but there's differences between the two pistons, between the B28 and B28 M50. In return, my compression should raise up to 9 to 5 to 1, and that's where I want to be. So yeah, stock crank, Eagle rods, they are supplied with ARP rod bolts, and we'll be using the Wiseco forged pistons designed for a M50B28. And then for the block, as mentioned last time, it'll be getting hot tanked and everything, and I'm going to have the machine shop install O-rings into this block. If you do not know what that is, it's whenever the machine shop will actually cut grooves around each cylinder, and they'll install a metal ring that will be surrounding each cylinder. That will help seal the engine better under boost and everything else. We'll also obviously be replacing the crankshaft sprocket, because if you don't know, they wear out, causing excessive play and stretching of the oil pump chain. So it's recommended to replace this, and I'll be running an oil pump chain tensioner, which will bolt into the block, a drill hole for it. And we'll be running aftermarket racing chains for the timing and oil pump chains and all that. So that's it for the block. Now, the parts list for the cylinder head. Oh yeah, by the way, here's my new cylinder head. I got my new one in because people who watched last video, you've seen how dirty the last one was. It came with the engine, and it also was damaged. So to save money and cost of repairing this head and cleaning it, I went ahead and got a new one. It will just need cleaned and built. So, as you can tell right off the bat, this one's been maintained. This one, not so much. So this car is, appropriate oil change intervals. Does wonders for you. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and be running SuperTech valves, SuperTech double valve spring kit, SuperTech keepers, SuperTech retainers, everything. So the only thing stock on this engine is going to be the stock camshaft and stock lifters, just for now. Because my red line is going to be solid 7,000 RPM, and that is it. Anything above that, you run the risk of getting valve float with the stock lifters and everything. So in the future, we'll be doing aftermarket cams and solid lifters. If you're wondering why not just do it now, they are expensive for aftermarket cams. And also, everything else being built, it's easy enough to swap out the camshafts and lifters because they're right on top. So everything else being built, that could be the last thing I worry about. And I really don't need that much power right now because the car still has an open differential, which will be rebuilt and everything to probably an LSD way down the road. So keep the car halfway safe and street friendly. We're going to limit the red line to 7,000 RPM, and to also avoid, valve floating and everything. And I feel like I'm missing, oh yes, and we're in the mating surface between the head and the block. We'll be running ARP 2000 head studs with a male original head gasket equivalent, which is a composite type. Let's guess that gasket with O-rings in the block, a perfect match. And then with ARP head studs, it's going to be amazing. So we're going to do that. We'll be draining our oil from the turbo into the valve cover. If you guys have been watching my channel for a long time, I have mentioned a couple of times that it's preferred to drain your oil into the timing cover over the oil pan. Oil pan's decent, but these engines are in the vehicle sideways, so all the oil is sloshed to one side. No matter how high you go in the oil pan, even at the highest point, oil is right there. So to stay out of that oil level, and for a faster, more even drain of the turbo, excluding bottom mount, because bottom mount you really have no option. But since I'm top mount, we're gonna do the timing cover. It's gonna be a straight shot. It's gonna be able to drain a lot faster versus down to oil pan. That's a lot longer of a hose for oil to travel. So you want to keep the drain nice and short as possible and fairly large. So we'll be doing that. The timing cover is currently soaking still. Today I got a late start because I had a migraine, and whenever I get migraines, I'm pretty much useless. I get severe migraines sometimes. I used to get them all the time, but I grew out of it. But I still get them. And if you guys have migraines, you understand how intense the pain can be. So I had to take a nap until 5 p.m. So I got a late start. However, so I have gotten the camshaft trays cleaned. So to do that, I let them soak in my mixture, hand brushed a few times. Then I borrowed a pressure washer and got them super clean. I was gonna show you guys the whole process, but right after I clean everything, I have to be very fast to get oil on them, because if not, they will flash rust. Because the last step to cleaning for me is brake clean, and that totally dries everything out, and that leads to flash rusting. So I have to hurry up and get oil on them and get them wrapped up. And everything that's been cleaned is right here laid out. So here are the cam trays, the camshafts. These are all the camshaft caps soaking in oil. Everything's soaked in oil and wrapped with Rotella. Everything's soaked in Rotella and wrapped with tinfoil to preserve them. And then here's our camshaft sprockets and timing cover bolts, I'm sorry. And then in here are going to be the main bearing caps, which I only have one clean so far. But as you can see, they're all faced. I have each numbered and one directionally. So, and then there's a little picture I have drawn, because these go back on one way. So I have to remember that. I have everything labeled. I even have the bottoms numbered in case the lids got mixed up. So here's a before of a camshaft, main bearing cap. Then in here, soaking in Rotella, is a super clean one. So they turn out like brand new. So thankfully, all this corrosion is just surface stuff and is easily removable with a wire brush and a wire brush drill bit. So we got that all cleaned up and everything. We're going to keep on. I have 6 more of those to clean. Also have to clean up the oil pump, remove it, tear it all down and clean it, because it's dirty. I imagine the inside's pretty gunked up too. One thing I forgot to add is, since I'm using my E46 oil pan on this block, I'll be using a E39 528 oil pickup tube. That should accommodate nicely for the E46 oil pan. And I might do an aftermarket. I'm going to plug you guys back in here just to be safe. And I may do an aftermarket oil pump. Haven't decided on that yet, depending on how much how the funds are, because the parts I just told you for this car, they are not freaking cheap. So things are going to add up very fast. I'll have to buy piece by piece, not all at one go. It's going to be an ongoing project for sure. But when this engine is fully built and done, I assure you it's going to be a good time and a very capable engine. So those are all the parts I'm going to be using on this build. Fully built engine, pretty much. Everything besides the stock camshafts and stock lifters, just the time being. And as you can see, everything's laid out nicely. Try to stay organized and clean. That keeps everything a lot easier. I'll be getting, also, these bolts for the main caps are torque to yield, meaning you have to replace them, or you're supposed to. A lot of guys just reuse them. I'll be getting different bolts and all that. Then there's all the stock pistons and everything. I might try selling those, not sure yet. So yeah, we're also going to be, as far as main bearings and rod bearings, we'll be using a brand called Glyco standard size, because there's no crazy scoring. This won't need resurfaced or anything. It's a pretty straightforward build. Just need to get the parts and everything. So that's what I've been doing. I've been cleaning stuff, power washing and everything. I borrowed my boss's pressure washer too. That really helped me clean the camshaft trays very nicely and thoroughly, because it was very hard getting everything off, so I'd pressure wash them. And sadly, I ran out of gas, so I didn't get to pressure wash my timing cover. I really want to get that pressure washed and get my drain installed, my drain fitting, because I want to paint that and get it nice and glossed up. I'm gonna paint the block just black. I'm not big on fancy flashy colors. I like keeping things simple and clean, so just stock colors. It's gonna be black and silver. No need for all that flashy stuff. So yeah, another thing that needs brought to attention. I mean, not really brought to attention, but something I want to talk about. We currently have a rival, and a while ago I gave a shout out to somebody named Alex Nadolski. His channel name is now Chi Town Beamer. Here's a picture of his channel, but don't go there just yet. But here it is. He's been saying that in the end of all this, when my build's over, he is still going to be faster with his M54B28 platform. I'll let you guys be the judge on that because I totally feel those claims are false. Those of you who are new to the channel, I'm not like this. I'm very friendly. I try to teach you guys things. I'm not one to call somebody out, but he's been calling me out saying he's going to be faster. As far as him being in competition, currently, he is nothing to worry about because his car is totally unopened, a bone stock M54B28. I don't think he fully comprehends what's going on here. I am fully building an engine from the ground up. So in order to be even close to competition, you need to remove your engine and begin tearing it down. So until then, I don't want to hear you saying you're going to be faster because when this car's back up and running, I'm going to wipe the floor of that B30. There's going to be no competition about it. That engine's a great platform, but you're limited due to your harmonics and aluminum block, and there's nothing around that. So I really don't want to get too much detail about that stuff because I don't like talking bad about people. And just to make it clear, my YouTube channel is never meant to be a competition. It's never meant to be competitive. This channel was meant to be informative and to get you guys knowledge on how to turbo your E46. Never meant to be a competition. But some people feel the need to show superiority over others for some odd reason. I myself don't like to do that. I like to be helping. Whenever I see a question, I try to answer as fast as I can, whether it be Facebook or on here. I try to reply to every single comment, but sometimes YouTube does not notify me of comments. It's weird. So I have to go through my comments at least once a week to see if there's any new comments I was not notified about. And then if you guys are curious about his work, go check it out. Go check out his work, go check out his car, and let me know what you guys think when it comes to a rival. Is there even going to be competition here? I mean, I guess there could be, like I said, but he has to start building his engine now because I don't think he fully grasps what these engines are fully capable of. I know what they are. I mean, I haven't experienced one when they're fully built, but from what I've seen, these things are some serious monsters. Another thing to note is, any of these really high horsepower E46s on YouTube and whatnot, they have been iron block swapped. Because there is a limit to where the B30, it will stop exceeding a certain amount of power. So you have to venture out and get something else that is capable of higher horsepower, and that is an iron block from earlier generation BMWs. So we're doing that. If you're going to say that your car's going to be faster and all this, that's just very arrogant and ignorant for you to say because it is not true. What I think is you are part of this car scene just to gain what you guys call clout and attention. That's what I think you're here for. I don't think you're here to spread useful information. I mean, you do. And also, every time I'm on Facebook showing my channel, answering questions, you're right there behind me because you want to steal people from me. I mean, I guess friendly competition is good, but don't be saying you're going to be faster than me because you guys, my audience, you guys have seen my work, how thorough I am, and how much time and motivation I have. I hate being called out for that because I know what I'm capable of. So give me time, and I'll show you guys. But for now, that's all. I just want to show you guys what I've been doing. I want to show you guys my parts list. So yeah, go check out my competition. Let me know what you guys think about him and everything. But for now, I'm going to continue charging my phone and get this place more organized. So until next time, I'll see you guys later and have yourselves a good one.